Okay, we gave our glue a chance to cure here a couple minutes. There are a number of turners, a very well known process that a lot of people use, is that while the bowl is in this position, we could do a push cut and go downhill to the fibers and do the outside of the bowl. Okay, finish the outside of the bowl. Then we'd reverse it after we put it on the glue block and put it on here, and it's not going to run perfectly true. That's my problem with that process. It's not going to run perfectly true. So I prefer to do both the inside and the outside after it's been reversed on your chucking method, in this case my glue block. We're going to finish the outside completely, make it really nice and smooth, get it all ready to sand. My goal when I'm doing the outside is to start sanding with a 320 grit sandpaper. Let's go over to the pad board a minute. We need to understand the grain orientation happening here. The grain orientation is perpendicular to the bed of the lathe, and we need to make on the outside, we need to make a cut from the bottom out towards the rim. That means those fibers are going to be supported and we don't tear them out. So the push cuts that we normally do, we'd have the cut progressing around the side. Well, I can't do that because the handle is going to hit the headstock and the lathe is going to get in its own way. So I'm going to have to do a pull cut. We're going to learn a new cut to do that. And the pull cut is going to be lowering the handle. The first rule is lower handle. Second rule is I'm going to ride the bevel on the side. And the third rule is I'm going to use the tip of the tool only. I'm not going to use the wing. Okay? So I'm going to lower the handle, use the tip only, and have the bevel support on the side. I'm going to watch for a little shaving. There it is. That's a cut or no cut just by twisting my wrist, right? So I'm going to find that little shaving. Then I'm just going to take the tops of these little corners off of here as I come out. Okay. Let's continue. Do it again. I'm going to come back here, ride the bevel on the side, twist it, and then pull it towards me. Now look at the handle is way down. I'm using the tip of the tool only. Following that shape around. Again, ride the bevel on the side, twist it, pull it towards me. Shavings are relatively small. I'm not taking large hunks of wood at a time. This is a refining cut. This is not the hogging off cut. So now the shape's coming nicely. It's coming out to the rim. On this side, I've got a void that's going to happen. This is going to be great. Now I'm going to go back to the pull cut again, clean that up, and start to radius it into the shape. Let's bring the camera way back over and let's look over my shoulders. And I'm going to look at it in a number of different ways. And first I'm going to look at it this way with the wings out and see the large part of the bowl. Then we're going to switch it this way so that I'm watching the side of the bowl where the short wings are. And it's pretty pleasing. I'm happy with that the way it is. I'm going to leave it that way. So now it's a matter of cleaning it up. Now a pull cut does a pretty good job and is clean up the torn out grain and anything, but it's not my finish cut. I'm going to go to shear scraping for finish. And so I'm going to move my tool rest away a little bit, and I'm going to lower the handle and close the flute and go with shear scraping. Okay. Got the shot back so you can see my body, how the handle is down. I'm taking light little cuts, and we're going to refine this line. Look at where the tool rest is. I'm working way down under the bottom half of the bowl, but the tool rest is way out away from it because the tool rest is perpendicular to the tool and it's not fighting me. Most of the time when a shear scrape fails, the tool rest is in the wrong position. I'm going to go over here right at the rim of the bowl where the tool rest is close and watch what happens. When I go way over here like this, I can't shear scrape. I can't get the handle down because the tool rest is in my way. Right? If I get the handle down, so I have to get the handle up in order to scrape, and now I'm scraping and not shear scraping, and it's going to tear that up. So how am I going to fix that? I got to move the tool rest. Okay, now isn't that a funky place to put a tool rest when I'm going to be cutting over here? You would never think that, but it's necessary when you're shear scraping. Handle down, and I'm going to shear scrape back and forth now and clean up that surface. I don't want to have to sand this. With the handle down, it's slicing the fibers very cleanly, and I can start sanding at 220, 320 grit sandpaper. Very slow pace with shear scraping. You can't get in a hurry. Very delicate. There's still just a little bit of torn out grain right there where the hogging off was happening. I can get after that a little bit, but I'm almost done now. It's just going to refine that line. Have a couple wormholes, different things in here. Lots of character going on in this tree. It's going to be a beautiful little bowl.